What would make this an especially useful conversation for you today?
I don't believe I'm doing it right because I'm just kind of reading the directions and I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos to see the type of questions. And I really kind of don't know where to start. I need help developing a schedule for me to study to make my time, the most useful instead of just reading. Because it's like I'm reading the material, but I'm kind of forgetting what I'm reading because I don't know if I'm taking in too much at one time or if I should do separate sections at one time.
Yeah, it sounds like you really need some kind of plan of attack because there's tons of resources out there. But if you're just doing random resources, whatever you come across, whatever feels right that day, you're not going to develop a strong foundation. And that's really the first step.
So how much studying do you suggest?
Well, when are you taking the LSAT?
I was looking at September.
Oh, good. So you've got plenty of time. I think even 10 hours a week over the course of several months could be enough, but part of it depends on what your goal is and how much you're willing to invest in this. If you could do 15 hours a week, that's even better. And maybe not every single week if there's holidays and vacations that come up and get in the way a little bit along with other obligations. But you want to be consistent and then maybe ramp it up as it gets closer.
You said ramp it up or?
Yeah, ramp it up. I'd say as it gets closer, you want to devote more time to it because it's more pressing. In the short term, if you're nearly a year prior, there are plenty of other things that will come up in the interim that are more pressing and more important. And it's worth devoting time to what is most pressing, but still slowly develop the familiarity with the LSAT, gain those skills of pattern recognition with different question types. And then as it gets closer, you can make it a higher priority on your list.
So which section do you think? I know one section has 2 parts. Well,
right. So logical reasoning is half the exam. There's 2 sections of that, then only 1 section of games and 1 section of reading comp.
So at what point do you believe that once I start taking how often should I test? Because I don't want to get myself discouraged starting a test, and if I don't see my score where I want it, and then I kind of give up. How often should I take full-length tests?
Well, not at all yet. I would want you to build the foundation first. So do a lot of work on each section, games, reasoning, and reading comp, so that you're familiar with all the different question types. Once you've done that, then you can introduce sections and full-length exams. But if you're testing several months from now, I wouldn't do any full-length tests yet. Once you've built a foundation, though, then you could do 1 exam per week along with detailed review of that exam, and that would be enough.
Okay, so the day before the test or the week leading up to the test, do you suggest still studying or giving your mind, like a rest?
I would take off the day before, but you could do 1 or 2 exams the week prior to the actual test date. But I wouldn't take off the entire week. I would do a little bit at least. And you're asking this now, but when the test is around the corner, typically what people are asking is they want to do too much, when in reality they should do a little bit less.
I guess that's my big thing, like starting and knowing where to start and when to start.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a lot of books and a lot of resources, but I wouldn't use a book just because someone gave it to you, because you're spending a ton of time on that resource. You want to make sure that it's worthwhile for you. So the exams, definitely you want to use those, but you also need a plan of attack to show you how best to use the textbooks along with the practice tests, along with videos, for example, to help you build that foundation first. I would want you to start with a day-by-day study plan so that you know exactly what to be doing every single day over the course of your prep, because you have several months ahead of you. You want to make sure that you're not burning through valuable practice material.
Okay, and you said the study plan, how many months does it cover?
It covers, the longest term one at the moment is a 7-month study plan. But what's more important about the plan is the specifics about exactly what to be doing rather than the day-by-day breakdown. And if you have about 9 months till your exam or 10 months till your exam, there are going to be some weeks that you just can't study, especially with 3 small kids, as you said. You have vacations, holidays, sick days, family obligations. That's going to inevitably cut out several weeks between now and September. So I think the 7-month plan could actually be a good fit for you.
Okay, and one more question. Some that I was looking online, and it was kind of telling me to have this type of book and go to this type, like, it'll say like test number 62. So it was kind of designed for me to have a specific book. Is yours the same way, or is it more so general, or do I need to buy another book?
All you need to use my study plan is the actual LSAT exams. I'll reference other materials because people ask me how to use those other materials in conjunction with the plan. But the only thing you actually need to use my study plans are the actual LSAT exams. And I'll reference the recent exams, the most recent 20 or so or 30 or so, depending on how long the study plan is. But you can, of course, substitute other exams if you prefer.
And where will I get those other LSAT tests?
Well, they're available on Amazon in books of 10 for about $20-25 each.
Okay.
But you mentioned you had also printed out some exams as well, so you may already have what you need. You might want to get one or two of those books of 10 exams on Amazon. And of course, any study regimen is going to require that you use actual LSAT prep tests.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen someone talking about that in the group online before.
Great. Any other questions you have for me today?
No, could you send me over the link so I can look for the step-by-step?
Yeah, absolutely. And before we sign off, Jasmine, what would you say is the biggest insight you got from our call today?
How to study, and like you said, I felt like I was going to do exactly what you said. Like I was going to go in and I was just going to be reading material and not really actually studying. But I guess just going over what I felt like I should go over with no insight.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad I was able to help. Please keep in touch and let me know if you need anything as you go forward, and I'll send you that link to the study plan. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them, and feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.